Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Excuse the mess of my face. I wasn't gonna show my face in the video at all, but then I just decided, what the hell, even though I look like a mess, I'll do it anyway. So today I want to share something very different. It's not something that I've addressed at all. It's not about white supremacy. This is something really different, but it's been bothering me for quite some time. It's a trend that seems to be spreading like wildfire. Again, everyone that has seen any of my videos understand that I do not have any religious beliefs, really. I guess I have religious beliefs, which is that I don't believe in religions. So none of these worries or concerns have anything to do with whether someone's going to hell or not. But there's been this trend of parents coming out and saying that their very young children are transgender. Okay, so if you don't know what transgender is, it's when you are born a certain gender and yet you have the belief that you are the other. So if you're born a female and you feel like you relate more, I guess it's deeper than just relating, but you see yourself as a male. So there's male to female, female to male. I literally have no problem with a adult making a decision that they are transgender. By the time you're an adult, you've you know yourself, you know what roles, what gender roles are. And I think that you will have more of an understanding of whether, like, if I felt like, oh, I really feel like a male, I feel like a guy, I feel like I just really, I'm struggling as a female. I don't feel like it's who I am. I've seen men, I see what they do, I see how they dress, whatever. And that I just really identify more with the male gender, and so I decide, whatever, to become a man. But when there's a child doesn't have a real sense of gender. Like, the only identification a child has with gender is, I wear pink clothes, he wears blue clothes, I like barrettes, because I'm supposed to like pink and barrettes and dolls, and if I'm a boy, I'm supposed to like trucks and dirt and bugs, okay? But that has nothing to do really with your gender. So we have, I'm gonna play some of this video for you guys, just so you guys can get more understanding of what I'm talking about, and then I'll come back and discuss it and explain to you more why this is very concerning. So there's a video. I'm not going to play all of this video. As you guys can see, this video is 1 hour and 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do is play the beginning of it, and then there's also a article right here that I'm going to share with you guys. I do want to say that I watched this video a couple of months ago where there was a child that was 3 years old. 3 years old. So if most of us has been around 3-year-olds. A 3-year-old doesn't have a sexuality, but these parents were saying that my 3-year-old is transgender, and I'm thinking if I can find that episode. I think it was on Dr. Phil. Maybe I'll look for it in a minute. Well, let's watch this really quick.
I am transgender. I was born male and identify as female. But I like to say that I'm a girl stuck in a boy's body. I transitioned when I was 6 or 7 to more of a girl, and now I'm almost completely female. Second grade was the last year of Lamb, and this year I changed my name officially. So I've changed my name, my clothes, my room, and my pronouns. And that's really all you need, except for the 5th one that I still need, surgery and medicine, to help me look like a girl.
So I'm going to play some more of this, but super cute kid. How is changing your room and your clothes and your bedspread? How does that have anything to do with your gender? And I think this is what's bothering me greatly. And I really want to find this other episode, but I'm going to play some more. But it's really, I think we need to think about what defines your gender. Because your clothes does not define your gender. The toys you play with does not define your gender. Your wall color doesn't define your gender. Okay? The way you do your hair does not define your gender. Whether you choose to wear nail polish or not does not define your gender. So none of these things actually define your gender. And later on, we're going to look up what defines your gender. Because maybe I'm just confused. Maybe these do define your gender, but then you're not, then that would mean that you're born non-gender. You just have no gender when you're born. It will mean that your gender is social, and political, and it has nothing to do with actual penis, vagina, testosterone, estrogen. Like, I thought those, to me, I honestly, like, who you are sexually attracted to does not determine your gender. Like, none of those things determine your actual gender. So this is very confusing to me.
Just a generation ago, it was adults, not children, who changed genders. Usually late in life, and often in the shadows. But today, as transgender adults gain wider acceptance, many children are transitioning too, with new medical options and at younger and younger ages. This is a new generation growing up trans.
Miss Penguin. Naima, do you like the bubbles?
Let's count to 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Count, Naima.
4.
November 7th, 2009. She's 4. Ready? Go!
So we see that the only thing changed in this child is the clothes that the child wears, the length of the hair, and the color of the bike. And I don't understand how any of that has to do with your gender and your sexuality. So then there's this this right here is an article. My child is transgender. This is how I knew. But before we go to this, I want to show you this. There's another one that's called, now bear with me because I type really slow. Oh, that was not it. It's not it. Okay, so there's, and so there's this is a 3-year-old, okay? How are you transgender at 3? 3-year-olds don't even know all their colors. So I haven't watched this one, but I'm really interested in what this one says, because someone needs to explain to me how a 3-year-old is transgender.
Beautiful. That's you when you were born. How old was I? You were just born. You were a few minutes.
I'm James Christian.
Mary Carter, parents of Jackie Carter Christian and Chloe Marie Christian. Chloe is 7 and Jackie is 4.5.
Hi, my name is Jackie.
So I wonder how that conversation, I'm not happy being a boy. Well, what does it mean to be a boy? That's my question, because that's definitely a question you would need to ask a 3-year-old.
From school with Jackie in the back seat, and I looked back in the rearview mirror and I saw, that Jackie just looked really, really sad, and sadder than a 3.5-year-old should look. It was something that she had to say, and I didn't know what it was. So I asked, and I said, Jackie, are you sad that you're not going to school today? And Jackie was really quiet and put her head down and said, no, I'm sad because I'm a boy. And I said, well, are you happy being you? And that made Jackie smile. That was the day.
This is the mama.
Is the mama going next to the other mama?
Yep.
I'm like, oh, it's just a phase. It's just a phase. So there was a long period where I was like, oh, it's just a phase.
So wearing a skirt,
Jackie.
this is, I don't know if this is a new form of Munchausen syndrome, but asking your 3-year-old why they're not happy, and your 3-year-old saying, I'm a girl, or what does that mean to a 3-year-old? It means I like to wear skirts and I like pink. Those are social aspects of sexuality. It has nothing to do with your gender. And this stuff is really, really irritating me, and it's pissing me off. And the reason why I'm even addressing it is because I don't like it when people do damage to their children. Okay? Whether it's mental or physical, damage to you're not allowing that child to have a great start in life. Now, I am in no means saying shame your child or ignore your child's, but a 3-year-old doesn't know what a sexuality is. Okay? So to take a 3-year-old and say my 3-year-old is transgender, that parent needs to go seek psychiatric help. Okay? If the child wants to wear a skirt, wear a skirt. Oh well. Long hair, go ahead. But your child's not transgender. Your child just likes pink and skirts. This is becoming an epidemic, and to me it is very, very disturbing, because this is a 3-year-old. 3-year-olds don't know what they want. They don't know who they are as a person. You don't know who you are at 3. You don't know what it means to be a boy at 3 or a girl at 3. Okay, you're just going by these small social cues that you see. You go to school, you see girls, they're wearing pink, they're playing with dolls. You see the boys, they're wearing blue, they're playing with cars. So you associate those with who you are. And I like pink better, so I'm a girl. That's when your parents need to explain to you, pink doesn't mean you're a girl. If you like pink, wear pink. Okay, or steer your child. I mean, obviously you want your kid to grow up happy. But to tell your child that, oh yeah, well, you're a girl, you were born a boy, but you must be a girl because you like pink. You're programming that child's brain. That child's brain is not even remotely connected to anything sexual at this point in time. There's no sexuality with a 3-year-old. They don't have a bunch of testosterone pumping through their veins. They don't have estrogen pumping through their body. They don't have a sexuality. So these are parents deciding to go run with something so that they can get attention, and it's ridiculous. But look at this. My 5-year-old's transgender. America's transgender children, transgender at 9. It's just disgusting. This is horrible. Like, this is not okay. Transgender summer camps. What does the transgender brain look like? How do you have a transgender brain at 3? Parents allow transgender child to choose gender. This is like, it's an epidemic. This is an epidemic, and it's not okay. It's these parents wanting some attention, so they're brainwashing their kids into thinking that they want to identify with a different sex when they don't know what that means. They don't know what it means. So then we go back to this one, and it says, my child is transgender. This is how I know. I thought I had a girl, then I thought I had a tomboy, but now I know I have a son. We were in bed, my arms around her shoulders, her body warm and soft. I gave my 4-year-old a squeeze. Night, night, buttercup. So tired, as always. I slid one calf from the Spider-Man comforter, my foot onto the floor. What happens when we die? There was anxiety. I'm not ready for this. Not now. Then a deep breath and a sigh. Well, honey, a long pause. Then finally, no one knows for sure. Some people believe that nothing happens. Others say you go to heaven and are reunited with your loved ones. And then there's reincarnation. Well, you are born again as a baby and you start over. I expected questions that I wouldn't be able to answer. What is heaven like? How does reincarnation work? Isn't nothing scary? Okay, whatever. I believe in reincarnation, my 4-year-old announced confidently. What your child doesn't know what reincarnation means. So, and when I come back, I'm going to be a boy, and my name is going to be Shane. My breath caught in my throat. What did she just say? Until that moment, I've seen my rough and tumble girl as a tomboy who loved mud puddles, sports, superheroes, zombies, and Hot Wheels. Brave and true, she was 35 pounds of adorable awesomeness. So, mud puddles, sports, superheroes, zombies, and Hot Wheels do not determine your sexuality. It has zero to do with sexuality. There are men and women way before any of these things existed, and yet this is part of what this parent is deciding is cues and proof that her child is transgender. Or was it more than that? Didn't she say, didn't she always choose the boy pieces in Chutes and Ladder? So a boy piece, what does that mean? Weren't those closest friends boys? Again, doesn't determine your sexuality. Did she ever once play with a My Little Pony she got for Christmas? Had an every pink and purple outfit, ended up at Goodwill bags, unworn. So now pink and purple outfits determine your sexuality. Didn't she enjoy it when other people mistook her as a boy? Nothing to do with your sexuality does not mean you're transgender. Did she want to be a boy so badly that she was looking forward to death as a do-over? Everybody wants a do-over. Your kid's 4. I'm just, it's nothing. I'm just tired. Don't make much of it. I gave her a squeeze and rolled out of the bed and soon was climbing into my own. Years ago, when the doctors exclaimed, "She's a girl," I've been thrilled in a way that I didn't completely understand. I've never been a girly girl. I rarely wore makeup. Oh, maybe you're transgender then. I hated to shop. Most of the society considered feminine went against who I was, and yet I found myself looking forward to pigtails and cute dresses, gab sessions, and female bonding. By age of 2, Isabel refused to wear dresses. Some people just don't like to wear dresses. One of my sisters don't like dresses. I mean, a few of my sisters don't wear dresses. You just, it's not, just because you, I can't. I'm just going to continue to read. But hadn't it been I was her age, I was sure I did. I'd play with Hot Wheels and blocks and Star Wars action figures too. I'd run bare chest around the neighborhood. Most kids do. I played baseball and football with my brothers, and I never stopped being a girl. Sure, I'll grow out of it. It's nothing. It's just a phase. It's all just a phase. Well, your mindset has already decided that, oh my gosh, my daughter wants to be a boy, even though it's a 4-year-old. I can't. A few months after she told me that her plans for the next life were shopping for winter clothes, I was deep in the girls section in search for a rare brown or black outfit. Why don't you just go to the boy section and get a black one? Mom, she yelled, over here. Here. I looked up and she was across the aisles in the boy section. Oh my gosh. Society set a section in the store and called it the boy section and put different colors, so my kid definitely must be transgender. I looked up. She was across the aisles in the boy section. No, honey, I said as I pulled her back towards the girl section. Over here. What does a section in the store have to do with your child's sexuality? You guys see what my problem is here? These people are taking these children and saying, oh, because you like the blue stuff. Blue is my favorite color all my life. I like dark blue. I like light blue. Blue is my color. I love blue. In fact, if you guys saw me, I'm wearing blue right now. It has nothing to do with my sexuality. I do not feel like I'm a boy because I'm wearing pants and a blue sweater. Okay? This is ridiculous. So this is just more blah, blah, blah about clothes and hairstyles and nothing to do with sexuality. Like it's getting, stuff like this is ridiculous. And I want to look up if I can. I'm trying to pull up another thing without going out of this, but it looks like it's not going to happen. So anyways, this is very, very frustrating for me, guys. Like, it is making my head hot, and it's just because the fact that these are young children, and the stuff that is being based on about their sexuality is their like for bikes. I loved riding bikes. Blue clothes, I loved blue clothes. I like hanging out with boys. Still to this day, I don't have any female friends. I don't hang out with females. I only hang out with boys. Still very not. I'm still a girl. I like being who I am. it's none of these things are signs to say that you're transgender. If I have to hang out with girls, I'll hang out with my sisters, but I would rather sit in a corner and cry than hang out with a bunch of girls and play Barbies. Like, as a child, it's not something that I wanted to do. I played with my sisters, but never really had any kind of connection with a bunch of other women. I hung out with boys. I liked blue. I like riding bikes, so I must be transgender. If you look at all these ridiculous parents telling your 3-year-old that it's transgender because you like skirts. What? Every boy in my family, and I'm not lying to you, we painted their nails. If my son wants nail polish on, I give him nail polish. That doesn't determine his sexuality, so he can wear nail polish. I will not let society tell my son that his sexuality changes because he put some nail polish on. Like, how weak-minded and stupid are we? Every boy in our family has had nail polish. They've tried on girls' shoes. They walked in girls' shoes. They wore skirts. It doesn't matter. None of that determines your sexuality. They are all men, boys and men right now that are just totally fine with their role as a boy. Like that, it did not determine what sex they were, and it didn't make them into transgenders. Like, this is ridiculous, and it is this like new craze. People are understanding that when these children grow up and you pump their bodies with estrogen when they're boys, yeah, by the time they're adults, they are changed because you change their brain chemistry. You're changing their brain chemistry by giving girls testosterone shots and boys estrogen shots. You did that. This is a form of child abuse. And these parents should be arrested and put in jail for doing this. This is horrible child abuse. Horrible. Now, like, if your child is, 16, 17, let them make that choice for themselves. Okay, these children are not transgender. You are mentally retarded. Okay, something is mentally wrong with these parents. They're not these kids. None of the stuff that they talk about has anything to do with sexuality. Okay, if you have your own issues with what is your gender, then that's your own problem. But how dare you pump these children with this delusion and these lies? Your kid wanting to shop out of the boy section that society told your child makes him a boy has nothing to do with your child's sexuality. And shame on these parents. Let me know what you guys think about this, because maybe I'm just going, maybe something's wrong with my brain. Maybe I'm not, like, maybe sexuality has more to do with what your outer appearance and what you're attracted to when it comes to colors. But I don't think that there's something wrong with me. I really don't. Okay, if something's changed when they go back and say the brain of a transgender, yes, the brain is different. Yes, the brain has changed because you pumped a different steroid that shouldn't be, a different chemical that shouldn't be in the child's brain. You pump their brain full of estrogen when it's a boy. Yes, that changes their brain. And it's going to look different than a regular boy that doesn't have estrogen pumped through its body. Let me know what you guys think about this whole transgender baby preschooler trend that's going on. This is a dangerous trend. It really is, and it can damage a lot of children's lives. And that's the only reason why I'm really doing a video and speaking up against it, because these are children. We're supposed to guide them and nurture them. If your boy wants to wear nail polish, then as far as I'm concerned, you allow that kid to wear nail polish, because you're teaching your kid the nail polish and wall colors does not determine who you are as a man or a boy. When you tell your son, oh, that's for girls, then I think then this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a confused kid that thinks because I really like pink, that color, it makes me feel happy looking at it, so I must be transgender. You're gonna have a lot of confused kids because you're sending the wrong messages. Anyways, I will put the links to all of this stuff in the description box in case you guys want to look into it a little bit more. But this is bothersome to me. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this. Again, I really hate talking about the Patreon account, but we all know that YouTube is censoring everybody's channels and everybody's content, and they're demonetizing. My stuff has now hit it's 90% gone. Like at least 90% of my videos are not bringing in any revenue. So it's really important that we support each other through this time, and not let these large corporations censor us. This is information that we need to put out there. Not so much this video, but definitely everyone knows my goal is to bring attention to white supremacist terrorism. That is my goal, and that's what I'm going to do irregardless. But I will put the link to my Patreon account if anyone wants to support me, even if you want to just do $1. That really helps. And I really want to thank everyone that has supported me on Patreon. I really want to thank you guys for your support. It really helps me to continue to bring these videos to you guys. I myself have a son that I'm supporting by myself, so that definitely I have to bring in some kind of revenue for that. But anyways, you guys are all awesome, and thank you. Please comment on this video. I really want to see what you guys think about these parents pushing their babies and young children to be transgender. I really think they're doing it for attention, and it's at the expense of these children. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next video.